Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I'm back. No. This last couple of weeks has been really hard for me. I apologize sincerely for the delay in this show and all of the others. I've been hit, knocked down, you might say, in a number of ways. It feels like on every level, from the simplest and most physical. I popped a rib out of place and caused a serious amount of agony in my hip and rib area. You know the scene of David like biting into the thing and that's about how I've felt continuously with very few breaks for weeks. My channel got hit by multiple copyright strikes from Shokaku-kan and from Moldbeat, a third-party company. So I've been fighting those off, and now I'm in the process of sort of double fighting them off because I submitted the counter notifications and they went through and the strikes haven't been resolved. So now I'm dealing with YouTube support to try to get things resolved as they should. And then I'm pretty sure I have cancer. Great. Good. So with those couple of sprinklings of agony on my plate, I've been trying to figure out who the fuck I am and what I'm doing the last couple of weeks. So here we return after a bit of a time skip, and as has strangely been the case before, something about Cyberpunk Edgerunners and something about my life seem to resonate in with each other as I've been watching through it. So last episode we got a time skip. David and Lucy are off doing their own thing, hiding their relationship from the rest of the Edgerunners, keeping her out of it, I think, but it's unclear. David has stepped cleanly and easily into the shoes that Maine once filled, up to the point of integrating his cyberware in that hand, and up to and beyond the point of reliance on the anti-immune drugs, the immune blockers to prevent overload. David's gone too far, but he's got that spark of the dream, that piece of hope in him, and it's been torn apart and twisted by pain and loss and experience and just knowing how harsh this world can be. But he's still holding on to it, and that's why he's fighting and pushing. He got a glimpse of something bigger, and so he's hell-bent on figuring out what it is. And I vibe with that. I mean, of course I do, you know. I can't see David as he is. I can't see any character as he is, only as a reflection of the things about that character that I resonate with and understand. Meanwhile, Lucy continues to do something surreptitious, hunting her own demons, her own past monsters, abusers, manipulators, users, but also trying to protect David. She saw something in the wet work when she dove into that chubby pencil pusher from Arasaka. She saw something about David, something about some kind of test. And now she's killing people, seemingly in order to protect him, becoming a boogeyman of her own. Why, really? It's uncertain to us. But it's quite clear that both characters, at core, are acting out of love, or some mix of love and fear, necessity, all the other things. But at core, it's love for each other. Almost Gifts of the Magi style, Lucy giving up her passions to help him, and David giving up his passions to help her, and everybody wins because of the sharing, but everybody loses because of the way that they've shared. even weeks later, it's a damn good story. It really has lodged its way into my mind. And so, as with many other things that I must accomplish soon, I need to finish this show and check it off and tie this loop and make sure that I don't leave behind any unfinished business. So here we go. We're not doing a comment spotlight. That's just because I'm so disconnected from this system that it feels weird to do so. And because I just want to get into it. Before we start, I want to say that it's shockingly emotional to turn the camera back on. This is weird that I'm having this physiological and emotional response to doing it, but it's not that weird, you know. I've sat down in front of this camera, in front of this microphone, thousands of times. Daily, usually. And the last few weeks I haven't at all. I fell right apart. I've been scared of something. I don't know what. That's not true. I do know what. I know exactly what I've been scared of. I learned relatively recently, at least consciously, I knew subconsciously, but I learned relatively recently how powerfully one person can affect another person, how deeply we can resonate with one another, even over video. With that knowledge comes a responsibility. That responsibility is that you don't spread pain. You don't spread pain. And these last couple weeks I've been in a lot of pain. And I've been very afraid of spreading it. Of causing harm to those around me. Of causing harm to you. I want to share love and companionship. Not just friendship, but the feeling of being with somebody and doing something that you enjoy. Even if that thing is something passive, something as simple as watching a show or looking at a picture together or chatting after a movie. I want to share love. And so I've had to take some time really to figure my shit out. Because if I came back and I turned the camera on a week ago, I was just going to share a lot of agony and fear. And you don't need that. There's a balance. It's not to say that I can tamp it down, but and that's not what it's about. It's not about suppressing or repressing. It's about breathing into and fixing, being in less pain. I'm in way less pain today. Breathing through. Accepting. Even loving. It's just hard. And it's taken me some time, so I'm sorry for that, and I'm really glad to be back. I'm really glad to be back. Let's keep it going. Please support the channel on the Patreon. It's my only source of funding. And I'm gonna need funding. Right now. I'm gonna be in medical care for a while. I'm waiting for biopsy results. They cut some chunks of flesh out of me. Oh, and that causes a whole biological response too that I was totally unaware of. The excision of even a small amount of tissue totally changes your body. It goes into freak out. And then just as I was healing from that, the cat scratched my wrist up so bad. It's just one thing after another. Blah 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 blah. See, there we go. I started to think about the pain, and it's just layers and layers and layers and layers of little discomforts stacking up. Of little bits of the mechanics of the body falling apart. And then not having the money to go to a ripper doc and fix it, you know? It's like... It's hellish. It's really scary. And the depictions of the medical profession that we see in Cyberpunk Edgerunners are shockingly close to some of the things that I've experienced as I've engaged for the first time in like 7 years with the medical profession. I will say explicitly, I have not received the help that I need. And I've asked for it, and maybe I've asked in the wrong places, but I have not received the help that I need. And I have not been taken seriously. And I don't know how to deal with that because I don't know the system. I've got a request into an oncologist to get like actually looked at in a full body way that's not just like, oh, this is a minor skin condition. It's like, that's not a minor skin condition. That's a metastasized cancer that's clearly spreading probably through my lymph. I really need help. I don't know how to get it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, but it's been rough, and it's going to continue to be rough. But I'm ready. I said that before and I was wrong, but I'll say it again because I have to believe it. I'm ready. I'm capable. I can deal with this. I can be strong. So David is back on the market, taking a new job. Or maybe a follow-up to an old job. The job that went sour. How's it going to go this time? What's going to go wrong this time? Only one way to find out. Let's watch the show. Thanks again for watching and for your patience. All of my love to you. And thank you for the love that so many of you have given back. I really appreciate it. Woo! Let's watch Edgerunners 8, baby. Here we go. I don't know if there will be picture-in-picture versions anymore. I might stop doing them. They feel kind of wrong. I'm not sure. Either way, there will almost certainly be a timer-based version. PiP timer. Arasaka? Yup. Director Evans. What? Just zoning out. Slacker. UG2, huh? What is that? Good. Lapis. I like these locations. Very, you know, they do feel like video game locations. I'll bet that they are actually game locations. Oh, shit. Oh, my fuck. Holy shit, David. Did he not intend to shoot him? Oh. Oh. Did he just lose it? What I mean is, did his hand fire on its own? In the way that we were thinking? I guess we don't get to know. But man, he was flipped out there for a moment. Blam, straight through the head. Now, what happened in there? Uh-oh, they're not happy about it. Oh. So not Lucy. They're looking for Lucy. I see. Huh. So they are really looking for Lucy. Damn. No, they've got a purpose. Cool characters. What if they do? The product? Self-serving scubags. Money or violence? Because the city speaks both languages. It's violence. It's always violence. I should have known. Fucking hell. All right, Gus Fring, what you got? More of these fucking guys, huh? Oh my god. Freaking seeking arrows, seeking bullets. That's bullshit. Curving bullets is a cheat. Shake it off, walk away. Who else? And there we go. Sorry, I bumped the thing, which is why there might have been a cut there. Oh, no talking back, buddy. I think I might have cut it out, but the way that the corruption goes at every level, he gets treated by shit by his employer, so he treats his employees like shit, so they treat their employees like shit. It just goes all the way down. Fuck. Fuck. He's got his own problems, man. Yeah, but he owns you, dude. All right, Militech versus Arasaka. Faraday in the middle. Oh. Hi, Lucy. What's up? Dude is looking beefed. Little tiny head on top of a ginormo body. Still got the, yeah, the ashes. Yeah, doing that a bit, huh? Oh. Only 250K to go to the moon, huh? Well, why would you need a two-way ticket? Of course. Oh. But the dream feels farther away now. Like an impossibility, you know? Yeah. Gotta get out of the game, man. Just chillaxing in a cafe. Cyber Skeleton Project. It also sounds like a fast way to cyberpsychosis. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Cole. Uh-huh. Now that Faraday can put together. Hmm. He could put it together, though. Hmm. Half for dead. So that's 4 trips to the moon, baby. Ah. Runners talking to runners. That mask can smoke? Of course it can. Oh. Huh. He's a big boy now. Dude, nobody can see it. You wants you back ASAP. Cool room. It was a cute conversation. Uh-oh. Watashi ga kita! Jesus Christ, Becca. Good God. Oh my god. How many fucking murders are we trying to do today? Yeah. Oh, again. Auto. Oh, no, Becca's there in just carrying the... Okay. Is that a game joke? That might be a game joke. Yeah, wait, what happened? What's going on, man? Am I supposed to be watching in Japanese? I'm supposed to be watching in English. I'm fucking stupid. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah. It's like, why isn't that Matt Mercer? Yeah, that hesitation. Sorry, people. I'm just dumb. Oh, here we go. Back to symbolism. Oh, I know it, Becca. It's everything, dude. It's everything. Layered and layered. Nice. Great wide. Cut the upgrades, man. You're pushing too far. You're on a path, man. He laughs it off, but it's no laughing matter, man. Alright, here we go. The other side of the story. Ah, buff, spiky-haired men. Who hired 200 Brocks? Weird. Double weird. Just fuck. The style shift. Dude. Oh, we're right in. Okay, so here we get to see what happened. Whoa, he had a Jimmy trip. And that's when the woman walks in. And does he kill her too? Whoa, the music is amazing. The enemy comes. Whoa. Cool, cool. Oh, man. Yeah, same picture. And the blood, too. Way too far, man. All right, back into the Ripper dock. Hey, bud. I mean, are they actually? Right. I felt like I could handle it. Yep. He is special. Eyes, eyes, eyes. Pink and blue. Let me go further! Both. Shit. For her, man, you gotta hold your shit together. Wow. You'll go exactly where I've told you you're going. No, he didn't. Holy shit. Kid's gone, huh? However the fuck you get dead, huh? Man, he's seen him come, watched him go. Just sit back and watch the show. Everywhere that I go ain't the same as before. People I used to know just don't know me no more. No, it's time to get stronger, Mads. No, she's right. Mm-mm. Yeah, but yeah, that doesn't mean that there's no edge, man. Great angles and bits. Yeah. Yeah. Might as well have been your mom. Not a cyber psycho, not a monster. But that was a person, man. Shit. You're not. Oh. Oh, ho, ho, ho. And she can't explain. Damn, this is... Back to robbing cards out of people on trains. Yeah, what for, though? She won't tell you. Can't tell you. She really does. Damn. Ah. Wow, those angles are spectacular. And right side framing again. So what is that call that she just got? Call to the bat signal went up, man. Spike hair guy, yeah. Oh, you gotta be careful, dude, because this could be a trap. And David could have followed her. Oh, internal security pinged you, dude. Now they've got the girl. Okay, now they've got the girl. Wow, Faraday himself. Fuck. What? No, not betrayal, not the worst thing. Not the betrayal one. Oh, not Kiwi. And we set up the emotional conversation between them earlier too, so that we get this this mentor-student vibe from them, so that it double whammies. Oh, that's brutal. This show is brutal. That was a dense fucking episode. Kiwi? Why? I wonder if Kiwi was... I can't remember exactly how things played out on the Tanaka job. I wonder if Kiwi had a hand in that going weird as well. The scene back and forth between David and Lucy as they move toward, and David even brings up the idea of breaking up. Oh, extraordinary framing. Really, really cool framing throughout the episode. Lots of, cityscapes used as emotional landscapes, as well as just physical ones. Oh, I stopped that a moment too early. That's okay. Ooh, heavy, 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 heavy. Interesting. So this whole sequence with the sort of the blown out lighting at points, but more importantly the wall that they're up against, and the spaces that they're rolling through, all the bars and windows and squares and frames, angles. They create this texture, this landscape of boundaries between our characters. Even as they frame themselves in the same frame, we get them on opposite sides of something, right? Very literally framed from the centerpiece, right? We've got the camera in the middle looking at David and the camera in the middle looking at her. We're seeing each other from each other's perspectives, but she's so worried about his health, and he's so worried about having her back, right? And he just keeps pushing. And he's stuck. He's pushing up against a literal wall. right? There are reasons, there are things that I have to do. People are relying on me. Dead people, people who people who he can't ever prove himself to. They're relying on me. They need me to take up the reins. They need me to do a thing. And yet, at the same time, in the same breath, he's terrified and distraught over being out of control of his actions. And yet, at the same time, he goes, no, I'm in control. I'm in control. I've got this. But he doesn't. We watch him slip and we see he's really slipping. Maybe I really am losing it. And then we off this angle, off to the side, horizontalized, chopped. A different perspective, a different shift. Use the blowout of the lighting to bring us into this uncomfortable, overly bright seeing of each other, and she can't look at him again. We've spent so much time in so many episodes with Lucy's gaze, her eye line, where she's looking, whether she's looking at David, whether she's looking at Maine, whether she's looking away, whether she's looking down, being an emotional centerpiece of the show. And here, she won't even look at him at all. The lights are too bright, it seems. She won't look at him. Partly because, she's lying and hiding from him, right? Whatever it is, this task that she's doing, it seems to be for him, but she's not comfortable sharing it with him. Maybe that's a trust thing. Maybe that's a to protect him sort of thing. I don't know. It's impossible to know. But because she won't tell him, can't tell him, we flip the angle, right? Flip, flop. Everything's wrong. Maybe we should go our separate ways, and we get this absolute moment of pure pain. No, it's not what I want. And then she gets the ping, dink, and she has to stop. I have to go. The bat signal has been sprung. It's been called. This shot and then the reverse shot of David are my favorites in the episode. Characters centered here, all the horizon lines intersecting upon them. Almost like a halo outward, right? And putting them each in the center of a boundary, right? A bounding line between diagonals, all these diagonal lines that go dynamic diagonals running bridges, right? And that bridge was the thing over which they saw the rockets go. Yeah. And then on the other side is the city. Now the city's on both sides, of course, but I mean the squares of the city, the boxes of the cubicles still lit, is on the other side, and the character's in the center. It's really cool. And then David's got his own, and it's different, but it's the same, X's in his. Diagonals on this side. Lights. Fuck. I really like that framing. And then I really like this one. It mirrors the shot of him and Becca earlier as Becca ran after him and chased him. Characters sort of crushed down to the right-hand corner, overwhelmed by the scale and weight of the cityscape around them. It's amazing that they stand out. We find them in frame as well as my eyes do, given the amount of pink and yellow and bright lights and colors and shapes and stuff throughout the rest of the frame. It's one of the powerful tricks of the Fibonacci spiral or the rule of thirds. You just have to place your focal point somewhat near the characters, or your characters somewhat near it, and it brings your eye in regardless of what else is in the frame. Fucking cool. And off she runs, truly running, and the running scene is great, very expressive. And Batman's it up, seeks out her runner, and is caught in a trap by Faraday and Kiwi, of all people, the mentor. But it's dog eat dog out here in Night City, isn't it? Don't trust anyone. In fact, when we get to the Kiwi sequence, I believe that one of the things that Kiwi tells her is literally like, don't trust anyone. Am I not the person who told you that? And that should have been a direct setup. Okay, let's go from the beginning and meet our way in the middle. I just wanted to talk about that poignant scene. The foreshadowing of the character with the sun is excellent. Definitely brings up the vibe of the same picture that we had with David. Walking in on the death and destruction and placing that question in our mind of what exactly went down there is amazing. And the answer is way more interesting than I thought. Not just your gun arm decided to go pew pew, but you saw your fucking future, right? You saw cyberpsychosis. Just as you've seen it before in the BDs, but David saw it blooming out of the people around him. Guns fucking extruding themselves from their pores. That's some crazy shit. And then his gun went off. And then it happened to the woman as well. And we just brush everything off, brush off all the concerns. I love that we get this inside look into the Arasaka Intel people. It feels really cool. I bet this feels really cool if you're a gamer, because then you get this vibe of like what's going on the other side. I wonder if there are any parts of the game that provide that for you, that sort of like inside look, a cinematic or something that shows these are the people who are after you. These are the people who are your enemy. But I like the feel of seeing the enemy, and I like seeing their expressions and faces and character designs and stuff. It makes them pretty cool. Man, Faraday with the crazy gunplay, and I love this. Faraday's above us, but he's just a small fish in a much bigger food chain, And the way that people in the food chain, at the top of the food chain, treat each other gets echoed down and rattles down to the very lowest levels. Because Faraday is under great pressure from Militech, Faraday puts pressure on his runners and whoever he hires. Because the doctor guy is treated, is in a corrupt corporate organization, he treats his individual employees and scientists and stuff, like the woman at the beginning, with corruption and disdain and sort of contempt and all this sort of shittiness. And that seems exactly right, that organizations, or even just, groups of people, societies, become corrupted at every level. It ripples through. And so it makes me think of pain and family. It makes me think of generations of parents passing on their abuse to their children over and over and over, and turning, consciously or unconsciously, usually unconsciously, turning their pain into something that they share with somebody else in order to try to push it out of themselves. It's kind of what I was talking about at the very beginning of the episode in the discussion about not wanting to get on camera and share pain. And that means being able to me, the way that I ideate it is being able to swallow the pain. Because when you swallow something, even if it's not wholly good for you, you digest it and break it apart into pieces and break it down until you can deal with the metabolites and deal with it. And I don't mean tamping it down, I don't mean pushing it down, I mean swallowing it and like actively digesting it. But it seems like a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people just let it run off of them, experience the pain for a moment, and then, hot potato toss it to somebody else and go, here, this is your fucking problem now, bitch. And that seems like a shitty way to live. That's sort of the way that everybody lives in this world. So we get this cyber skeleton project. It is fascinatingly interesting. Clearly, the Sandevistan being the spinal column is a part of that, probably. And probably David is somehow related to it. Maybe he's genetically modified in order to be the kind of guy who overcomes that shit. Maybe he's just special and they want him because he's just special randomly. I don't fucking know. I like the shot of Faraday standing between Arasaka and Militech, looking out over the city with a curved road and deciding which way to go. It's pretty fucking cool. All right. And the scratchy lines around David's eyes tell us everything that we need to know. Because they're the same scratchy lines that are all over Maine. And when we pull out here, we get this boy's face, right? Still David. We pull out and he's on this hulking behemoth of a body. Like the guy from Dumbbell Non-Kilo, you know, sweet, normal human face. Monster down below. I mean, his traps, his trapezius, are literally trying to eat his head. They're trying to eat that shit. This is a little much, man. I'm skipping ahead because titties. But just to say, he's zoning out. He's losing himself. He's already halfway there. And he's in the same sort of process of pushing past it, of trying to convince himself that he's different, beyond different, that he has to be, you know? Okay, this is a cool conversation. It sets some stuff up. The Kiwi Lucy conversation is fascinating, and it sets up the emotional stakes for the betrayal that comes later. You know, Kiwi's been kind of an in the background sort of character. She's a member of the squad, right? But not a core person who we know a lot about. And now we know a little bit more. Ruthless and fucking awesome. I wonder, I said it while it was happening, but I wonder if this whole, like, shooting somebody so that their body stays in the air permanently is like a game mechanic thing. You just ragdoll bodies around. I would imagine that it might be. It feels like that kind of a yoke. But anyway, Becca saves his ass, and then, of course, hops out and runs after him. Find ourselves in a number of different places, and eventually through these cityscapes, we start to bring back in the imagery around Don't Walk, Walk, which is kind of cool. I didn't really know exactly what the association was there, like with the conversation or whatnot, but we end up framed here in the corner in the exact same spot that David and Lucy end up framed later on in the episode, and that's pretty interesting. I don't know what to read into that, if anything. It might mean nothing, but it is interesting that they framed it the exact same way. I also really like the color palette and the misty, you know, fog diffused or smog diffused light that's throughout this scene, with bits of the neon glowing into it. It's really cool. Even Becca tells him to slow his roll, and that he doesn't have to worry because she'll protect him. And that's cute, but it doesn't ameliorate the fundamental problem that he has, which is that his identity is wrapped up in strength. The strength to protect his mom, the strength that he saw in Maine, all these things. He's just wrapped up in it, stuck. All right, runners, and then we see the actual scene. And David, as he zones out into nothingness, we see what he actually saw after blasting that hole in the man. Guns, psychosis, the end. And in his fear, he fires upon her too, and finds himself a killer now. Not just killing Militech people, not just killing Arasaka people, but lost, zoned, with his tech as in control of him as he is. David reaches and goes right over the tipping point and finds himself once again in the Ripper Doc's place, once again told. And I love how the eyes go from just many eyes, right, triple eyes, to many eyes, to many, many eyes, infinite eyes looking out over you. I love the pink and the blue and the deep green for contrast and color. It's gorgeous. And the Ripper Doc reveals to us who he really is. He's a watcher. He doesn't make moral choices for other people. Now, he provides a service that lets them make immoral choices for themselves, but he doesn't make those choices for them. He just watches and provides and enables and allows for them to come in and go out. Roach Motel style, checking in and never checking out sometimes. He started David down this path in a lot of ways. Of course, if it wasn't him, it would have been some other Ripper Doc, so I don't know that you can blame him, but he cares just a little. Just a smidge. Just enough to tell David, that he's gone too far. Just give me my shit. Take my fucking money. And so he says, here, man. Your maxed out 9x power script. I'll give this to you. You're not coming back, man. You're fucking dead now. You're gonna go straight into Cyberpsycho land. And I can't stop you. And even that, David can't hear. The woman he loves, can't hear her. The girl he respects, can't hear her. His own body revolting against him, his own mind showing him the future, he can't hear it. He refuses. He dives in deeper. Rolling over the edge and straight into hell. Don't waste your breath. It's not like you're ever coming back. Go on, become that legend. Or whatever it is that you fucking mercs do. Legends, huh? That brings us, of course, to our conversation with Lucy. Can we go back in time? No. Can't tell me? No. Separate ways? Hope not. Why? Because I have to. Because there are plans. There are things to do. Maine and my mom left things for me to do. Plans. This reminds me of... Let me find his name specifically. Master Shi Heng Yi. A Shaolin monk who has done a number of TED Talks. The one I'm thinking of is... I'm thinking of the Test Your Might Shaolin Spirit one. It's quite good. He opens it by saying that when he addresses a problem in the world, the first thing that he thinks about is you. Your business success, growth, and wealth does not matter if you are not there to experience it. Your family's health and success and happiness does not matter if you are not there to experience it. So there's something about you. And I think that's absolutely true. Every day, billions of people go to work. Hundreds of millions of them sacrifice time with their family, time with their loved ones, in order to provide for those same loved ones. It's almost an archetype of the father who works himself to the bone to provide for a family that he's never there for. It's almost archetypal. None of the health, success, wealth, well-being of that family matters if you're not there. You have to balance. You have to balance it. David is working toward these goals for other people. And none of it is going to matter because within 9 days he's going to be dead because he's pushing himself so hard that the goals evaporate. Whatever it is that he's pushing toward isn't going to matter because he's not going to get to experience it. He'll just leave a painful memory and legacy for Lucy and Becca. And a shell of a teenager. Another canister of ashes cremated next to his mom's. And that's not what his mom would have wanted for him. It's not what Maine would have wanted for him. And so he's lost sight of the plot. The forest for the trees, maybe. the broad scale for the specific. And a part of that is that he's doing the reverse thing. The human thing is sacrificing the present for the future. That's the human thing. You sacrifice some of the present in balance for the future. And he's doing the reverse. He's sacrificing the future for the present. That's what that time skip and that speed up and that extra chrome is. It's a sacrifice of your future for more capacity in the present. It's also what credit card debt or other debt is. You're sacrificing future earnings to have spending power in the present. And you can run yourself absolutely ragged doing that kind of stuff. Because your present will be great, and then it will be gone, and then you'll be in the future, and then you'll be broke as shit, and your body will be destroyed, and your mind won't work right, and you'll have sacrificed it all, and now your present is shit. You weren't very kind to future you, and David hasn't been very kind to future him, and so future him is on a path. On a spiraling downward. And it's going to be hellish to watch it. Because this boy is going to tear himself right apart. And then he's going to get shot in the head. If the OP is to be believed. And probably he's going to leave a legend in the form of a wake of destruction and pain. And that's a damn shame. It's a good example of what not to do. And it's a good example for me too. While some of the pain and suffering that I've been undergoing over the past weeks has been sort of just, it was just going to happen. Like, the universe is just going to do some things sometimes. I was just going to get those copyright strikes. There was not much I could do about it. Some of it has been self-caused for much the same reasons as David. Pushing too hard physically, pushing my body too hard physically at the gym, overdoing it, really pushing. And the result is a broken body. Pushing my mind really hard with the drugs. I think I did overdo it. I've been essentially off them for a while now. I think I did overdo it. And it left me a bit fuzzy. And that's my fault. That's pushing too hard. The boundaries, the limits of what I'm capable of are way bigger than I thought they were. But they still exist. There is an edge. Run on it. With care. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for more Cyberpunk Edgerunners. Peace.